A warm welcome to all the participants from India and across the globe. I am Meghalay Sendilkumar, your host for the evening. Welcome to Ask the Expert session celebrating the voice of the Indian poet, the voice of the Tamil poet, Subramanya Bharati. All that is human, society, politics, culture, poetry, philosophy, he adorned them all with his compassion and vision. On his 138th birth anniversary, People's Podium, powered by LVN Tech Solutions and All Ladies League Digital Transformation Chapter, is proud to present Bharati, an Enigma, a musical conversation with renowned singer Dr. Vijayalakshmi Subramaniam. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome to the webinar.
Hi, delighted to be here with all of you.
A little bit about our esteemed guest before I hand over the floor to them. Dr. Vijayalakshmi Subramaniam, with her career in music extending over 4 decades, she is today among the most sought-after vocalists of the Carnatic music tradition. She has been performing since the age of 12 and has an impressive list of achievements to her credit. Vijayalakshmi Subramaniam started her training in Carnatic music at New Delhi at the age of 5 under Sri K. Padmanabhan, a disciple of Harikesanallur Sri Muttaya Bhagavathar from the Swadi Tirunal Academy, Trivandrum. Vijayalakshmi further honed her skills under the guidance of eminent Vidwans Sri K. Krishnaswamy, Sangeeta Kala Acharya Sri S. Rajam, Professor T.R. Subramaniam, and Sri V.R. Krishnan. She has innumerable concerts to her credit and has performed special concerts, including exclusive concerts of composers and thematic concerts. She has presented Kshetra Sangeetam since 2010, a musical journey through temple towns, experiencing the temple's uniqueness and the musical significance. She has traveled widely and presented concerts and lectums with great success. Vijayalakshmi is a top-ranked artist of All India Radio. She has published many audio CDs. She has brought out 2 books, Purva Kirti Manjari, a collection of 20 rare kritis of the Trinity, Kshetra Sangeetam Tanjavur, based on her concert series. Vijayalakshmi has received many awards, including the US Fulbright Fellowship in 2010. Vijayalakshmi has also taught underprivileged children, and under her series Music for a Cause, she performs for special children and senior citizens. I think you can check her out in her website, which we'll be sharing in the chat box, vijayalakshmisubramaniam.com. And moderating this session is Dr. Rajshri Krishnaswamy, founder and CEO of Catalyze Center for Learning, All India Chairperson for Online Learning, All Ladies League, and Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce President for Entrepreneurship for Tamil Nadu. She is an accomplished singer herself, and she's also my childhood friend. And just like Bharati was a renowned visionary, Rajshri also, she is a visionary because way back in 2012, she had a vision that online teaching is the way to go. And she started her business, Catalyze Center for Learning. Rajshri, the floor is yours. I'm happy to welcome you here. And over to you, Raj. The floor is all yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Meghu. A good evening to one and all. It is indeed my pleasure and honor to moderate this session on Mahakavi Subramanya Bharatiyar with Vidushi Dr. Vijayalakshmi Subramaniam. Dr. Vijay is a distinguished artist, as Meghu's introduction presented. And in my various interactions with her, I have always been amazed by her extensive knowledge and her ability to impart it with lucidity and approachability. Before we start the session, I request all of you to mute your microphone to avoid any background noise so that we are having a smooth session. And if you have any questions, you may type them in the chat box and they will be taken at the end of the session. So Vijay, it's such a pleasure to be here in this conversation with you. So you grew up in Delhi. Your early years were in Delhi. Can you talk about the first time you came to know about Mahakavi Subramanya Bharatiyar?
Sure. Thank you, Rajeshri and Meghalay, for your very kind words and warm introduction. I'm delighted to be here with all the ladies and all the other participants from across Chennai, India, and the globe. And yes, discovering Bharati is always more and more fascinating. In fact, I often joke that Bharati is like a very strong drug, like cocaine or something that you get. The more you read about Bharati, the more you read Bharati, how addicted you get. And today, on the occasion of his birthday, before we delve into our program of Bharati, the Enigma, I'd like to share that I had such a pleasant surprise this morning when I woke up and I found this delightful picture of Bharati in my inbox. And the reason I wish to share this with you is because this is a painting done by Mase, Manian Selvam, the great artist. And he shared it with me just this morning, and I thought it most appropriate that we should be able to share it with all. I'm so fascinated by the intensity of the eyes that Sri Manian has given Bharati in this. It's almost like a photograph. So a big thank you to Sri Manian Selvam. And now to come back to your question, Raji, yes, I grew up in Delhi, and my introduction to Bharati was through a music competition that was conducted by the Delhi Tamil Sangam. And this was the first time I was singing Bharati, and I had to learn 3 songs for the competition. And I would like to sing a little bit of this song for you. And I did win a prize for the song, and that made Bharati even more special to me. எந்தையும் தாயும் மகிழ்ந்த குலாவே இருந்ததும் இந்நாடே அதனும் முந்தைய 1000 ஆண்டுகள் வாழ்ந்து முடிந்ததும் இந்நாடே அவர் சிந்தையலாயிரம் எண்ணம் வளர்ந்து சிறந்ததும் இந்நாடே இதை வந்தனை கூறி மனதிலிருந்தேன் வாயுர வாழ்த்தேனோ இதை வந்தே மாதரம் வந்தே மாதரம் என்று வணங்கே. This was the first time I was also hearing Vande Mataram in a Tamil song.
Beautiful rendition, Viji. I think that when you're moving away from the mic, there is a little bit of voice lag. So
Okay.
I think you might want to adjust your phone. That is only in the singing part, I think. The speech is quite clear.
Okay. Okay, I'll try to keep that in mind.
Yeah. And so tell us a little bit about the other facets of Subramanya Bharatiyar.
Yes, so Bharatiyar has been, studied and talked about, and we know him largely as a poet associated particularly with the freedom struggle. But when I got to study about him, there are so many aspects to Bharati. Can we have the next slide, please? So we know him as a poet. We know him as a journalist, a freedom fighter. He was a great votary of women's empowerment. He was a wonderfully romantic person, a great poet, romantic poet. He was a great philosopher, a true Advaitin in every sense of the word, and we find reflection of this in so many of his songs and his poems. And of course, he was a great visionary and a social reformer, well ahead of his times. In fact, when we see some of the work that he has done on this front, it is amazing to think that he thought of and spoke about these things in so early a time as, the very, very early 20th century.
So I think the first aspect is that of Bharati as a poet, right?
Yes.
So, yes, so we would like to hear some thoughts on that.
Yeah, I just thought we could go on it, one aspect at a time. So we all know Bharati as the great Kavi, the Mahakavi. And he's one of the very few, you have Mahakavi Kalidas, you have Mahakavi Bharati. So it is not a title which is given very easily all to all. And interestingly, Bharati was conferred the title of Saraswati. The word Bharati means Saraswati at the very young age of 11. And this was in the Yetiyapuram Samsthanam, where the Maharaja was a great fan of Bharati even as a young boy. And he would often call him to the courts and have him regale him and himself. And Bharati, even at that young age, could give all the poets of the court a good run for their money. Bharati was a great linguist. He knew about 14 different languages, including 3 foreign languages. And as circumstances would have it, as a young boy, he went to Varanasi to stay with his aunt and uncle. And while there, he was exposed to Sanskrit, to Hindi, and to various aspects of Hinduism. And we know, of course, that Bharatiyar is a great pioneer of modern Tamil literature. In fact, he is somebody that everyone looks up to for any aspect of whether it is poetry or journalism. And let's take a look at some of the literary works of Subramanya Bharati. On the next slide, please. So the literary works, the important works that we have are the Kuyil Paattu, the Panjali Sabadam, and the Kannan Paattu. Interestingly, when Bharatiyar was in exile and he was in Pondicherry, that is when he wrote Panjali Sabadam. And it wasn't received very well in the public, and there were not too many people who were reading it. And he was a little unhappy about that, and he has mentioned about it. He was a great devotee of Parashakti and also Kannan. And he has sung many songs in Kannan Paattu. Let me sing a small part of a very popular song. I'll try not to move away much. கண்ணன் முகம் மறந்து போனார் இந்த கண்களிருந்து பயனுண்டோ கண்ணன் முகம் மறந்து போனார் இந்த கண்களிருந்து பயனுண்டோ வண்ணப்படமும் இல்லை கண்டாய் இனி வாழும் வழி ஆசை முகம் மறந்து போச்சே இதை யாரிடம் சொல்வேன் அடித்தோழி நேசம் மறக்கவில்லை நெஞ்சம் எனில் நினைவு முகம் மறக்கல ஆசை முகம் மறந்து போச்சே இதை யாரிடம் சொல்வேன் அடி
That is one of my favorite songs of Bharatiyar. Thank you so much for singing it.
Indeed. And it's so, the simple language, and it's so to sing some of these songs, Bharatiyar. The beauty is you can recite them and then and it sounds beautiful when you sing it.
Yeah.
And interestingly, Bharatiyar has done a lot of translation of many Sanskrit works. He has translated a number of Vedic hymns. He's translated Swami Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, and he has translated the Bhagavad Gita. And interestingly, he was the first to translate the Vande Mataram song into Tamil. And that is what became such a rage here during the freedom struggle.
So we know that Bharatiyar, of course, was a genius, childhood genius, who was conferred a title at a very young age. We also know that he is a poet patriot. So can you throw some light on the aspects of, journalism or nationalism and the fervor that he created?
Well, Bharati interestingly started his career as a journalist. He was appointed as the sub-editor in Sudesamitran, which was a very, very popular magazine then. But unfortunately for Bharati, the editor did not care much in Bharati's, writing the very aggressive speeches, because he was worried about what repercussions the magazine may have at the hands of the British. So Bharati, despite his intellect and his ability to write, he was given the job of translating from English to Tamil the speeches of many nationalist leaders. So it was not a job which was close to Bharati's heart. It wasn't intellectually, creatively stimulating for him. But it did open his mind, and it did make him aware of the nationalist movement that was spreading across the country. And he became very familiar with the views of all the other nationalist leaders. And that, I think, helped Bharati in a big way in taking forward his own contribution to the nationalist movement. He was also editor of Vijaya and Bharati, and both these were when he was in Pondicherry. Both these were banned, and they were not allowed to be published. He began Chakravartini, which was aimed more at women, and Jnana Bhanu. All these magazines were where Bharati worked as a journalist.
So, Veera, can we go to the presentation, please? So, a patriot, a nationalist.
Yeah, we go to the next one, the next slide. Yeah. Yes, Raji, he was a great nationalist, and his poems, towards, Vidudale, 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 Achamille, Achamille. All these were like mantra to the youth of his times. It was the vitamin, the energy that they had been seeking, and no political meeting was complete without Bharati's songs being sung or his poetry being recited. And on the Carnatic music front, the great Vidushi Padma Bhushan Srimati D.K. Pattammal, she did yeoman service in rendering Bharatiya's compositions in almost all her concerts, and she even did exclusive concerts of Bharatiyar songs. So much so that the British government felt threatened by the response to these songs and the crowds that Srimati Pattammal was drawing, and they thought it was, they said it was insane, and they seditious, and they banned her from singing these songs in public. But in that time, being a young lady, when it was not so common for women, and that too from her community, to come out and sing on stage, so bravely Pattamma went on stage, and many occasions with protection she has rendered these songs. And let us now listen to a short clip of one of the songs. No, we'll play the other audio later. So I have a very interesting story to share here about Srimati Pattammal. She was so popular for her renditions of Bharatiyar's compositions when India finally became independent in 1947. On August 15, All India Radio invited her to the studios to render Aaduvome Pallu Paaduvome in addition to some other songs. So this was a special program celebrating our independence. And Amma came to the studios and she sang. And after the program, you know, All India Radio has a custom of being a government organization that they would pay a small honorarium to every artist. And when Patama finished her concert and came to the duty room and she was offered this check, she was aghast. She said, நான் என் நாட்டுக்காக பாடியிருக்கேன், தேசத்துக்காக பாடியிருக்கேன், நான் இதுக்கு எப்படி பணம் வாங்கிக்க முடியும்? And she refused to take the money, and it really put All India Radio in a quandary. That was the kind of spirit that she had, the kind of spirit that Bharati, you know, infused in me.
Oh, that's a beautiful story. It's so touching. Many of us today in Free India, we forget the sacrifices made by so many people for us to enjoy the freedom today. You know, that's a very touching episode. Very touching episode. So coming back to Bharatiyar, coming back to Bharatiyar, his concept of Pudumai Pen, you know, women's empowerment.
Right.
I think it is still talked about, and so many people, you know, in movies have also portrayed the concept, especially the director K. Balachandar. You know, the concept of Pudumai Pen. So can we hear a little bit about that?
Yes. And it, once again, please forgive me if I'm repeating myself, but I'm just so much in awe of Bharati and what he did. That to talk about, you know, women's empowerment. I mean, can you imagine? He was against caste and creed. He was against unnecessary rituals. He was for women's empowerment. And he was basically fighting against everything in society because everything was so wrong. And he was a great devotee of women's empowerment. And this is an interesting story where Bharatiyar went to Kolkata to attend the national conference. And there he chanced to meet with Sister Nivedita, who was a great disciple, a foreigner herself. She was a great disciple of Swami Vivekananda. And when he met her, she says, so tell me, Subramaniam, who has come with you? So Bharatiyar says, no, there wasn't time for anybody else to come, so my friends couldn't join, nor my colleagues. So she said, no, what about your wife? So Bharatiyar is a little taken aback, and he says, well, generally our women don't come out so much. And in any case, what would my wife be able to contribute here? And that's when Sister Nivedita opens his eyes to, you know, the need for women to be empowered, and how, like, we have two eyes. It's like a male perspective and a female perspective, and how both are necessary to have a wholesome view of any subject, and how it was important for women to have education and be empowered to bring about enlightenment in society, betterment for everyone. And this was a huge turning point in Bharatiyar's life, and he often referred to Sister Nivedita as his Manasika Guru. And he was so much held her in such high regard. The two of his books, Swadesa Geetangal and Janmabhoomi, he actually dedicated to Sister Nivedita. And after that, please see the next slide for us to see what were the 10 commandments that Bharatiyar gave. And this must have been in, you know, early 1910, 1912. It is so forward thinking, and sometimes it feels a little shameful almost to think that some of these rights are yet to be implemented. Of course, we have come a long way, no doubt. But nevertheless, many of these rights, to think that Bharatiyar spoke about it, then he said, no girl should be forced to marry a man she doesn't like. She should have the right to live out away from her husband if she did not enjoy living with him. She should be able to receive ancestral property. I mean, I don't want to repeat the whole thing. You can read this slide. But can you imagine what kind of a visionary he was, and the strength and the intensity with which he felt the need for women to be an equal part of society? May God give us strength to have, you know, the right, the power, the mind, and the powers that be to implement all this. And maybe may we have more and more Bharatis in our society who will think and make people move along these.
That is amazing, Viji. And I completely agree that even today, a century later, many of these things, thoughts, and visions still have to be implemented. So, tell me, Viji, Bharati was an incurable romantic. We all know that. We all know that many of his songs are so romantic and talk about a Kannamma. And we also know that Bharati's wife's name was Chellamma. And they both had a very happy and loving relationship and marriage. So can you throw some light on Bharati the romantic?
Yes, Raji. I think this is my favorite part of this program where we talk of Bharati as the romantic. And Bharati was 14, I think, and Chellamma was about 7 years old when they got married. Apparently, Bharati did not want to get married, but he had little say in the matter. But she says, Chellamma has written some very interesting anecdotes. And she says, despite that, he enjoyed the actual ceremony itself. He enjoyed the festivity around the wedding. And it can't have been easy for Chellamma to be, Bharatiya's wife. Much as the world fakes Bharati and celebrates him as this revolutionary and this visionary, can you imagine being married to a maverick who is so intense and thinks only about setting the world right? Chellamma came from a very affluent family. And when they were in Pondicherry, they were in the pits of poverty. So much so that she had to go and, borrow rice from her neighbor. Can you imagine how demeaning it must have been for her to, have cook some food for her family? And she has this husband, this great visionary, who throws it all away to the birds and he says, Kaka Purvigal Engal Jat. You know, I don't know, my hat's off to her. But they were such a close couple, and she speaks of some interesting incidents, and one I would like to share here. This is about, it's a famous one, where they visited Trivandrum. And when they were there, they went to the zoo. And Bharati saw the lion in the cage, and he got so excited. And the child in him just knew no bounds. He rushes to the cage. He puts his hand inside the lion's cage and he says, he proclaims, Ni Mirgaraja, Na Kaviraja. You know, and Chellamma says, in that moment, her heart froze and she prayed to God for God to give good sense to the lion. She says, because I know it wouldn't have worked on my husband. So she knew her husband quite well. Well, there's a very interesting anecdote which Bharati's granddaughter writes. So I am assuming this is quite authentic. Bharati's first daughter was Thangammal, and her daughter Vijaya runs a website about Bharatiyar and has done a lot of research on his work. She says Bharati's Kannamma songs were actually Chellamma songs. That her mother, Thangammal, has heard Bharati sing these songs to Chellamma, singing them as Chellamma and not Kannamma. And the only thing that Chellamma really wanted was this acknowledgement from her husband. And unfortunately, that she has been denied that. It appears that somebody in the family, for reasons of propriety, not perhaps wanting such intimacy shared in the public sphere, public domain, had changed all the Chellamma songs to Kannamma. So when you think of these songs as actually being sung as Chellamma instead of Kannamma, my goodness, there's that much more, so much more romantic. I thought I will just sing a couple of songs here. One is a very famous song which everybody is familiar with. I'll sing a small portion of that. No, before this, the previous one. Pillai kaniya ude kannamma பேசும் பொற்று திறமே பிள்ளை கனியாதே கண்ணம்மா பேசும் பொற்று திறமே அள்ளி அணைத்திடவே என் முன்னே ஆடி வரும் தேனே சின்னஞ்சிறு கிளியே கண்ணம்மா செல்வ களஞ்சியா என்னை கலி தீர்த்திய உலகு ஏற்றம் புரிய வந்த சின்னஞ்சிறு கிளியே கண்ணம்மா செல்வ களஞ்சியமே சின்னஞ்சிறு கிளியே செல்லம்மா செல்வ களஞ்சியமே. The next song is indeed so romantic. But since we are all used to the songs as Chellama, I will not change it now. But just for you to imagine how a Chellama would sound, I took the liberty of doing that. This is a truly romantic song, and it's a small song, I want to sing it fully for you. நின்னையேரதியென்று நினைக்கிறேனடி கண்ணம்மா நின்னையேரதியென்று நினைக்கிறேனடி கண்ணம்மா தன்னையே சசியாவே சரணமே கண்ணம்மா நின்னையேரதியன் நினைக்கிறேனடி கண்ணம்மா தன்னையே சசியாவே சரணமே கண்ணம்மா நின்னையே ரதியென்று நினைக்கிறேன் பொன்னையே நிகழ்த்தமேனி நின்னையே மிகர்த்த சாய பொன்னையே மிகர்த்தமேனி மின்னையே மிகர்த்த சாய பின்னையே நித்ய கண்ணியே கண்ணம்மா பின்னையே நித்ய கண்ணியே கண்ணம்மா நின்னையேரதியென்று நினைக்கிறேனடி யாவுமே சுகமுனிகோர் ஈசன என்ன குந்தோற்றம் யாவுமே சுகமுனிகோர் ஈசன என்ன குந்தோற்றம் மேவுமே இங்கையாவுமே கண்ணம்மா மேவோமே இங்கையா கண்ணம்மா நின்னையேரதியென்று நினைக்கிறேனடி செல்லம்மா நின்னையேரதியென்று நினைக்கிறேனடி கண்ணம்மா கண்ணம்மா
What a beautiful, soulful rendition, Viji.
Forgive me if I'm getting a bit emotional. It's just impossible to sing these without that feeling.
Yeah, I think you brought out the feeling of oneness between Bharati and Chellamma. Beautiful portrayal of their romance.
Thank you, Raji. And to think that, you know, in the midst of all their poverty, their difficulties, and are you getting me better now, Raji?
Yeah, I think when you were singing, the voice was breaking a bit. So now it's.
Raji, are you there?
Yeah, I'm
Can
there.
you hear me better?
Yeah, now I'm able to hear you. But while you're singing, the voice lag is
So
there.
to think that, you know, the think of the romance and the intensity of their relationship in the midst of all the problems that they faced, it's I think truly amazing.
Wonderful, Viji. I think, you know, you rightly said that their romance was so powerful to overcome all the hardships, the poverty, the penury that they were facing.
Absolutely.
And coming to Bharati and his oneness with the universe, you know, he was an Advaitin who believed that the divine spark resides in every being. As you rightly pointed out in your episode of the lion, you know, he went to the lion and started speaking to the lion. So,
No, and it's amazing how Chellamma knew her husband so well. She says she prays to God to give good sense to the lion and not to her husband.
exactly. So, coming to the oneness, you know, the universal oneness, I think we see that portrayed in many of Bharati's poems. Kakai Chiraginile, for example, you know, where he sees the divine spark in every living being, and he's so one with the cosmos. As you rightly said, you know, his wife would get grains, rice from the neighbor, and he would feed it to the birds, right? So, can we have a little bit about, you know, Bharati the Advaitin?
You mentioned Kaki Chiraginile. I would like to sing just a few lines from that song just to show how he sees the supreme in everything. Kaki Chiraginile Nandalala Kariya Niram Tondrudaye Nandalala Paakum Marangalella Nandalala Vachi Niram Tondrudaye Nandalala. And the best of it all. Kul virale vita Nandalala Indum imbam tondradala Nandalala Kul virale vita Minne indum imbam tondradala.
Amazing, no?
Oh, absolutely.
What words, what depth, and how. Yes, Vijay.
No, how he see that is the difference between you and I enjoying something and a great kavi, you know, and that facility, that felicity of expression, to be able to put it across. You know, kaake chiraginil kannanoda kariya neram tondraduna. I mean, unless you feel it, you cannot see it. These are not people. It's not like, you know, the room portrayed. It's not like that.
Not at all. It just flowed from somewhere else.
Yes. And he was a great devotee of Parashakti. So many of his Shakti's songs are in praise of Shakti. And here again, there's an interesting incident, you know, again, when the family was in Pondicherry and in the depths of penury, his younger daughter falls ill. And Bharati comes and asks Chellamma, is she better? So was absolutely frustrated. She says, na kudukara kashayamu, leyamu, they can probably work only so much. Where do we have money to give her any better medicines or even have a doctor look at? But as it happens later, one of his disciples brings a doctor in. He takes a look at the daughter, and then there is this scene that Bharadwaj is lamenting to Parashakti. He says, Parashakti, I'm here, I'm singing your praises, I'm singing, I'm praying to you day in and day out. Every day from the time I wake up, panam, panam, panam. Is that all that I should think and worry about? Is that all there is to my life? Am I not here? Have you not sent me here for better work? If you do not take care of my basic needs, Parashakti, I warn you, I will become an atheist. Now, unmela nambikeye vittu when Bharati speaks to Parashakti. And the doctor, of course, says, "Ninga enak oru kavida paadina podu. I want nothing else from you as fees." And the daughter gets better. But that is the extent of his devotion to Parashakti. See, Bharati revolted against a lot of rituals and things like that, and caste and creed. But his devotion was absolutely unfailing, completely devoted to Parashakti. And if you read some of what he's written about how Kali is the dynamic Shakti of the universe, you have Purusha and Prakriti. He says she is what sets everything in motion. Can we have the next slide, please? This is a very, very beautiful, deeply philosophical composition of Bharati's. Kali Perla, Kalamam Vanapillan. Can we have the English? Yeah, please play the audio. A wonderful rendition of this song by Bharat Ratna Srimati M.S. Lakshmi. And here he says, he gives the example of a bee, a ringaram. He says these are the Vedas, and that is the sound of the Vedas that you listen to. And he talks about the atoms and the galaxies and everything in the cosmos being just Shakti, and it's amazing. There is yet another song that he has sung on Kali, which is a personal favorite, and I would like to sing this for you. Can we have the next slide, please? Listen to the lyrics here. This is Yellame Nida Kali. And what is very interesting about this song is that during the course of my research for my Kshetra Sangeetam program, I found that this song has been sung by Bharadiyar in our own Chennai, in Georgetown, in the Kalikamba temple. It's a small idol of Kali, so powerful. And to think that Bharadiyar stood there and sung to Kali this song there, sang to her, it's enough to give anyone goosebumps when you go. Yadumagi nindrai, Kali yengumi nidaindai. Yadumagi nindrai, Kali yengumi nidaindai. Ida nanmayellam, Kali undalileyantro. Ida nanmayellam, Kali undalileyantro. பூதமைந்துமானாய் காளி பொறிகளி துமானாய் போதமாகி நின்றாய் களி பொறிய வெஞ்சி நின்றாய் யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி எங்கும் நீ நினைத்தாய் இன்பமாகி விட்டாய் காளி என்னுள்ளே புகுந்தாய் இன்பமாகி விட்டாய் காளி என்னுள்ளே புகுந்தாய் பின்பு நின்னையல்லாய் காளி பிரிது நானும் உண்டோ பின்பு நின்னையல்லாய் காளி பிரிது நானும் உண்டோ அன்பளித்து விட்டாய் காளி ஆண்மை தந்து விட்டாய் அன்பளித்து விட்டாய் காளி ஆண்மை தந்து விட்டாய் துன்பம் நீக்கி விட்டாய் காளி தொல்லை போக்கி விட்டாய் துன்பம் நீக்கி விட்டாய் காளி தொல்லை போக்கி விட்டாய் யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி எங்கும் நீ நிறைந்தாய் யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி எங்கும் நீ நிறைந்தாய் தீத நன்மை எல்லாம் காளி லீலையன்றோ யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி எங்கும் நீ நிறைந்தாய் யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி எங்கும் நீ நிறைந்தாய்.
Just the meter of the song, your voice, the way the song has been set, and the ambience today, it just gave me goosebumps.
Thank you, Raji. And I was just thinking, even as I was singing, Tunbam Niki Vittai Kali, Tolle Poki Vittai. Isn't that the need of God for us during this pandemic?
The path of surrender to a higher self and to a higher energy. I think Bharati lived by that example. Beautiful, Vijay, beautiful. So
it just makes you realize how deep was his faith in the supreme power. You know, எங்க யானுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி எங்கும் நீ நிறைந்தாய். He doesn't see anything else. He only sees the Parashakti everywhere, in everything, in everyone. You know, and that is what he fought for and what he stood for in all his in his entire life.
And he also says ennulle puvundai, you know.
பின்பு நின்னை அல்லால் காளி பிரிது நானும் உண்டு. My goodness. That is the Advaita, you know, where he says, you and I, you are in me. How can I be different from you? You and I are one. And that is the divinity that he saw in all, in everyone. And he lived by that.
Yeah, very true. Very true. So, somebody has a question. Can you please post it in the chat box? If there's a question, we'll take it at the end of the session.
We want to say something.
Yes?
We want to acknowledge and applauded her. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
I am Dr.
Dr. Ejil, can we have that appreciation session after the session is over? Otherwise, the flow of thought goes away. Okay? Okay. Thanks, Doctor. Thanks, Doctor.
So, Vijay, tell me a little bit about, Bharati, as we spoke earlier, was a person who was way ahead of his time, you know, and he was a socialist. The Advaitin which led to a socialist, the Advaitin who treated everybody equal, you know, the Advaitin who did not believe in a caste system. What were the social aspects of Bharati's Advaitin philosophy?
Well, I think, see, the moment you say that you see divinity in all and you see nobody as different from you, then how can you treat anybody with any kind of discrimination, right? So that would be like discriminating against yourself. And this is what Bharati stood for all his life. Right from as a young person when he was in Kashi and he saw many religious atrocities, he saw these young child widows, and he saw discrimination based on caste. That is what made him throw away and his detachment, disassociation from caste, where he gave up all visible signs of any kind of caste. And he always believed in people, and he worked towards that. I mean, we know the reformatory steps that he took up in Pondicherry when he did the Upanayanam for so many Dalits. He spoke up for women's education and widow remarriage, and he spoke about how women should get equal, ancestral rights and ancestral property. And this was something that bothered him deeply. And, he sings beautifully. He says, Jadigal illayadi papa, kulattarchi uyarchi sollal pavam, needi uyarnda madi kalvi, anbu niraya udayavargal melur. I mean, do we need a better definition of who are these people? Actually, going by our Shastras, that is the definition of a Brahmin. It is not birth that defines you. It is your attitude, your perspective, the word Brahmana itself means expansion. So how wide is your perception? How wide is your acceptance of people? And this is what Bharati personifies. And, there is this story of this Nilakanta Brahmachari, who was a very aggressive, he was termed a terrorist by the British, and he had a role in the planning of the Vanchinadhan, the bomb blast. And after a long period, he comes after going from place to place, and he has to be in hiding because he's been named one of the conspirators. He has no food. He goes around begging for food. I mean, these are the people who fought for our freedom. And instead of upholding them, cherishing them, pampering them, this is the kind of life that they led. So this Nilakanta Brahmachari roams around and he's in very bad shape. And when he comes to Bharatiyar's house, Bharati is unable to recognize in his present shape. And then when he tells him, and then he says, I'm very hungry, Bharati. Can you give me some food? Bharatiyar makes him sit. This was in triplicate when Bharati was already in Chennai. And he feeds Nilakanta Brahmachari, and that is when he makes this famous statement. Tani oru manithanikku unavillai enil inda jagathine azhthidum. He was willing to go to that extent. Jagathiye azhikradhukku ready ah irukkaru. And today we are still talking about below poverty, extreme below poverty. It's such a pity that like you said, about a century back, these were issues, and we still continue to have many of these issues. And hopefully we will move towards better horizons. And what is fascinating about Bharati is he was in such penury, he was in such deep poverty. And what does he sing? சித்தினையுடன் இணைத்தாய் சேருமை மூதற்கு மியனுலகமித்தாய் அத்தனை just one moment, I'm a little rusty with the words. சித்தினையுடன் இணைத்தாய் அங்கு சேருமை போதற்கு மியனுலகமித்தாய் அத்தனை உலகமும் வர்ணகளஞ்சியம் அத்தனை உலகமும் வர்ணகளஞ்சியம் ஆக பல பல நல்ல சமைத்தார் அத்தனை உலகமும் வர்ணகளஞ்சியம் பல பல அழகுகள் சமைத்தார் இறைவா 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 எத்தனை கோடி எங்கள் இறைவா 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 but a great philosopher, a great saint can sing like this when he himself is in the depths of suffering, you know. வல்லமை தாராயோ மாநிலம் பயனுற வாழ்வதற்கு இம்மாநிலம் பயனுற வாழ்வதற்கு he says. He's always thinking of the larger good. He's always thinking of society. He's always thinking of the country, of everybody. It's never it's me, my wife, my children, my family. No, he was indeed a great saint. You know, it wouldn't be improper to call him a saint.
Very true, very true.
And he was such a great visionary. When we see the next slide, see, one is that he spoke about fighting for independence and freedom, and that he motivated so many people. But what next? You know, he says, வெள்ளி பலையின் மீது மீதுலாவும் அடிமேலே கடல் முழுதும் கப்பல் விடுவோம். You know, எங்கள் பாரத தேசம் என்று தோள் கொட்டுவோம். பள்ளித்தளம் அனைத்தும் கோவில் செய்குவோம். You know, he speaks, he has a vision for a free India, for an independent India. And he says, you know, தெரு பெருக்கிறவனெல்லாம் we will சந்திரமண்டலத்துக்கு அனுப்புவோம். What is that? Again, where he sees an egalitarian society where everybody has equal opportunity, equal right to everything, to education, to employment. That is what he speaks about. So not only was he a social reformer, he was a great visionary. He was able to see ahead and, you know, tell us what the country can do as a free nation.
Very true. Beautifully put, Vijay. Beautifully put. And for a person to see the beauty that God has created in everything, you know, that is such ethanai kodi inbam vaitai. How beautiful. So we all know that Bharatiyar was a poet, patriot. His writings brought about a lot of patriotic fervor at that time when India was struggling for independence. And we also know that he was associated with many of the prominent freedom, fighters of that time. So, can you tell us a little bit about his association with his peers?
Yes. While at Pondicherry, Bharatiyar was very friendly with Sri Aurobindo, and he spent a lot of time with him. Sorry, I was missing on the slide. And when Mahatma Gandhi visited Chennai, there is this interesting episode which has been documented, but I will share it for the benefit of our listeners today, where Mahatma Gandhi is in a meeting and he's speaking about forthcoming programs. When Bharatiyar comes and he just walks in right royally, there is no stopping him. And he goes directly to Mahatma Gandhi and he says, Gandhiji, I have a public meeting tomorrow on the Marina. Will it be possible for you to come and preside over this meeting? Gandhiji looks at his secretary, discovers that he has a commitment for the next evening. So he turns to Bharatiyar and he says, I will be unable to join. Would it be possible for you to shift your meeting by a day? So Bharatiyar says, no, that will not be possible. However, I wish your movement a lot of success. And he goes away. So everybody is like flabbergasted. What is this? And Mahatma Gandhi turns around and says, who is this man? And then they tell him that he is a great nationalist poet from Tamil Nadu. His name is Subramanya Bharati. And he says, you must take very good care of this man. He is very special. So in that one brief meeting, a person like Mahatma Gandhi was able to size up Bharatiyar and immediately realize his potential and his worth. Bharatiyar has composed the Bharatamata Navaratnamala in praise of Mahatma Gandhi. Interestingly, Bharati writes, he considered Balagangadhar Tilak the first statesman, Jagdish Chandra Bose the first scientist, and Rabindranath Tagore the first poet. And what greater, way of showing your regard. Bharadiyar has translated many of Tagore's works into Tamil. So,
Yeah, so we have explored all the facets of Bharati, and what a Mahakavi, what a phenomenal human being he was.
yes.
In today's day of materialism, where people are after money and power, I think he is a soul that stood solely on soul power.
Indeed, indeed.
Yeah. So,
Well, it's very heartrending to see that a person of his caliber had to undergo so much of hardship. He lived in utter penury, such lack of food, starvation, and then imprisonment, and then having to live in hiding and face all kinds of hardship. Is it surprising? And then the burning intensity of the person that such people, and what amount of contributions they make in their short lives. Bharati lived for all of 39 years, and I find this a remarkable parallel that Swami Vivekananda also lived for 39 years. Again, a person who dedicated his life completely to service and cared little for personal comfort or personal gratification, traveled up and down, spoke wherever possible, worked for the upliftment of society. And is it any surprise that people face, in addition to all the physical stuff? And we remember also one of the greatest saints that our country has seen, Sri Adi Shankar. He lived for all of 32 years. And 3 times he has walked up and down the entire length and breadth of the country, from Kanyakumari to Assam and back. I mean, what kind of dedication, what kind of atmas these were?
yes.
We can only hold our hands and salute them. And in spite of all this, we find that Bharadiyar's spirit remained unbroken. He was completely spirited till the end. And you may have the next slide, please. So roughly, Bharadiyar's songs, his poetries have been classified by later scholars into Desiya Geetangal, Jnana Padalgal, Bhakti Padal. We've seen Desiya Geetangal, we saw, Vetriyettu Dikkum, and then Vidudale Vidudale. These songs were very popular even in films. And many films had Bharadiyar songs. And Bhakti Padalgal, of course, we saw many. I just like to share one or two of the Jnana Padalgal also. And there is this very, very famous poem. Can we have the next slide, please? Which completely personifies Bharati, I think, in the way the poem goes. தேடி சோறு நிதந்தென்று பல சின்னஞ்சிறு கதைகள் பேசி மனம் வாடி துன்பமிக உழன்று பிறர் வாட பல செயல்கள் செய்து நரை கூடி கிழப்பருவமெய்து கொடுங்கூற்று கிரையான பின் மாயும் பல வேடிக்கை மனிதரை போலே நான் வீழ்வேன் என்று நினைத்தாயோ? I think that completely personifies Bharati. And there is one song which I personally find again to be an eternal inspiration. And I think songs like this transcend any real perceived imaginary barriers of time, space, geography, caste, creed, religion, anything. I think these kind of poems are really like eternal truths. So I would like to sing this song for our listeners today. We can have the next slide. மனதில் உறுதி வேண்டும் வாக்கினில் இனிமை வேண்டும் நினைவு நல்லது வேண்டும் நெருங்கின பொருள் கைப்பட வேண்டும் கனவு மெய்ப்பட வேண்டும் கையை வசமாவது விரைவில் தனமும் இன்பமும் வேண்டும் தரணியில் பெருமை வேண்டும் கண் திறந்திட வேண்டும் காரியத்தில் உறுதி வேண்டும் பெண்கள் விடுதலை வேண்டும் பெரிய கடவுள் காக்கவே மண் பயனுற வேண்டும் வானமிங்க தென்பட வேண்டும் உண்மை விட வேண்டும் உண்மை விடவே ஓ ஓ
What a beautiful aspirational prayer.
Raji, I would like to share a small definition that I've come across. So we have rishis, we have munis, and we have kavis. How do we define each one of them? So in our Shastras, it is said very beautifully, mantra drashta rishihi. Mantra drashta rishihi. Rishis are the ones to whom the mantras are revealed. They actually see. It is shown to them, the mantras. So, mantra drashta rishihi. Mananashilaha munihi. Mananashilaha, one who ruminates on it like chewing cud. Repeatedly, they think about it again and again and again, and they are able to tell common people how to understand and how to go about it. Kranti darshi kavihi. A kavi is called a Kranti Darshi. Kranti means a visionary, a revolution. Can we have a better definition than that for our Mahakavi Subramanya Bharati? Kranti Darshi Kavi. On that note, I would love all of us to join in and wish our Mahakavi Subramanya Bharati a very, very happy birthday today and thank him from the bottom of our hearts for the treasure trove that he has left behind for all of us. Till today, we are still discovering more and more and more aspects, more interpretations of his poems, more inspiration towards an evolved and egalitarian society. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Viji, for this enlightening session. You've covered so many facets of Mahakavi Bharatiyar. The floor is now open for questions. Megu?
Yeah, before that, let me invite Dr. Napinai Seran. Napinai, are you there? She is the All Tamil Nadu Chairperson for Psychology All Ladies League, and she is also the founder of Brain and Behavior Clinic. Napinai, Dr. Napinai, we'd like to hear you, your appreciative comments on this simply wonderful session. Over to you, Napinai.
Yeah, thank you. I'm just wondering, at times when you see something very great, you don't need to talk about it. When you hear something excellent, there's nothing to talk about it because we are spellbound. We are spellbound, madam. It is definitely that. Meghale, I thank you for this wonderful opportunity. It was really soul rendering. It is just like Bharati is standing in front of him. But not one person can deny that, I'm sure. It's excellent to talk about him, as you rightly said, he's addictive. He's addictive, particularly for women who believe that they have been empowered by their parents or their better halves or by their children. I am seeing Bharati from whatever you told. I'm just categorizing him as three: as a social reformer, as a visionary, as a romantic man, and a naturalist. He loved animals. He loved birds. He loved nature. He was so much into reforms. He said, as you rightly said, everybody needs the right for education. He said everybody needs to go up the ladder. No caste, no creed, nothing. He felt all of us are equal. That not all of us can even dream of. But Bharati long, long ago spoke about it. எத்தனை கோடி இன்பம் வைத்தாய். Exactly. Now, I should tell this suits you also because maybe for inviting her to sing such lovely songs, and we were just hoping she'll go on and on and on. It is really, really divine. The songs are divine. The way you sang it is more divine, and the words are so divinic that, even if you don't understand the language, I'm sure people can go with it. He knew 14 languages, no doubt, even 3 foreign languages. But in spite of all that, he said, Sendamil Naad ennum podinile, inbathen vandu paayudu kaadinile. So he felt, in all the languages, my Tamil is the best. And he enjoyed everything. Beautiful, beautiful words written by him. And 10 Commandments of Bharati is excellent to be, rejoiced till date, because if I can tell you, during this lockdown, there was a media where they called me and said, Madam, could you just talk about, that is particularly Tamil Nadu ranks 5th in child marriage. I was shocked during this lockdown. I'm not talking of 10 centuries before. During this lockdown, which shows where are we heading to. And I remember Bharati talking about the girl's age. And we're still struggling about it. We are trying to move it across. You have to decide on your partner. What a vision. We're still struggling. We're still trying to tell the children, you have the liberty to do that. Stay away from a toxic marriage is what he said. He told girls have the right for remarriage, which is great. Education, employment for all. My God, this 10 commandments, madam, I should thank you. It was so biblical all these years. Now it's become more Bharatiyarical. I take this as the 10 commandments. We always felt, Meghalai will know because we all studied in a Christian school. When you hear the word 10 commandments, to us, it is more of a biblical version. But you've really done an excellent job. What really makes you feel empowered is the only phrase, Manadil Urudhi Vendu. Anybody at any juncture, you sang it beautifully. You just hear it. You just need to hear it. You have an excellent feeling that you are capable of everything. Beautifully said that Sister Nivedita made him understand that his wife was everything. What a wonderful person she is to make a great legendary like Bharatiya to even, open his eyes about his relationship to the wife. And that is why you see Bharatiya could walk down the street holding the hands of Kannamma with pride, Chellamma with pride, and put his hands over his shoulders, and he was so nice. Bharatiya was a lover of animals. Even the day before that, or on the day where he went, he was feeding the elephants. He was feeding the elephant. What a great man to love animals as he loved himself. So I'm just seeing him in these perspectives. But what pains me was, for a man who knew 14 languages, only 14 people attended his funeral. That pains. At least we are here to talk about him, and I request all the participants here to spread whatever we've learned from Madam today, so that what we did not do to him then, I think we are going to do it more and more to the society. Those 14 people must become 14 lakhs. So I think this was wonderful. Excellent. Thank you, Meghalai, for making me, summarize this. I'm sure if you let me talk, as she said, I might talk more. This is more for sessions of questions. and more of singing if possible. Yeah.
Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much. Thanks so much, Napinai. So, like you said, we have to spread the message Bharatiyar has given. And some of them were asking, how come this session is in English? You know, there were lots of messages. But we did have a discussion. If we again keep it in Tamil, those who know about Bharatiyar தான் எல்லாருக்கும் தெரியும் இல்லையா? So தெரியாதவங்களுக்குலாம் நம்ம பாரதியாரை பத்தி எடுத்துட்டு போனோம்னா we have to have it in English. So that is why this session was mostly in English, because specifically some people asked me whether this session will be in English. They'd like to know more about Bharatiyar. So thank you, Napinai. So I think now it's time to go for audience questions. There is one question here from Vidya Subramanian. She wants to, she asked whether Bharatiyar translated, very nice to note that Bharati translated Sanskrit works. Was he well versed in Sanskrit too? She has just pondered. Vijayalakshmi, you can answer that question.
Yes. When he went to Banaras, he studied Sanskrit, he studied the Shastras, he was well versed. He was well versed in Sanskrit and Hindi, and which is why he was able to translate Bhagavad Gita and the Yoga Shastras.
Okay. There's one request from Bharat Natrajan. I hope to hear Nalladur Veena Isaiden. Because I think that's a hot favorite. Is
Yes.
that possible to sing a few lines of that famous song, Viji?
I think maybe some other time. It's been very long since I sang that. I can. Maybe what I would like to sing is something which shows the different meters that Bharatiyar employed, and he was very comfortable using, you know. வில்லினையொத்த புருவமழைத்தனி வேலவா வடி வேலவா வில்லினை ஒத்த புருவமழைத்தனி வேலவா வடி வேலவா வேற்பனுருங்கி பொடி பொடியானது வேலவா வடி வேலவா சொல்லினை தேநீர் குழை துறைப்பாள் சிறுவள்ளியை சிறுவள்ளியை சொல்லினை தேநீர் குழை துறைப்பாள் சிறுவள்ளியை புறவள்ளியை கண்டு சோக்கி மரமென்ன நின்றனை கண்டு சோக்கி மரமென்ன நின்றனை தென்மலை காட்டிலே மலை காட்டிலே கல்லினை ஒத்தவலிய மனம் கொண்ட பாதகன் ஒரு பாதகன் சிங்கன் கண் 2000 காக்கை கிரையிடும் வேலவா வடி வேலவா பல்லினை காட்டிற் வெண்மூத்தை பழுத்திடும் வள்ளியை புறவள்ளியை ஒரு பார்ப்பன கோலம் தரித்த ஒரு பார்ப்பன கோலம் தரித்த கரம் தொட்ட வேலவா வடி வேலவா ஒரு பார்ப்பன கோலம் தரித்த கரம் தொட்ட வேலவா வடி வேலவா வேலவா வடி வேலவா வேலவா வடி
Wonderful. That was wonderful.
தமிழ்நாடனும் பொதினிலை என்பதின் வந்து பயுது காதினிலே. But of course, number classical we also say it differently. But he's used many of these. செந்தமிழ்நாடு போதினிலே என்ப தேன் வந்து பாயுது காதினிலே தந்தையர் நாடன் பேச்சினிலே ஒரு சக்தி பிறகுது மூச்சினிலே. இங்க I'd like to share here. Interestingly, somebody told me, "Ye Tandayar Nadun sollirkar." See, normally we never speak of Tandayar Nadu. It's always the motherland. Yeah? Thai Nadu, Matrubhumi, we speak like that. ஏன்னா பொண்ணு வந்து தாய் வீடு விட்டுட்டு போவா. அதனால தந்தையர் நாடுன்னா இது எங்க நாடு, இங்க இருக்க கூடாதுன்னு பிரிட்டிஷர்ஸ் விரட்டுறதுக்காக சொன்னார் அப்படின்னு somebody gave an interpretation. I thought it was quite interesting.
It was beautiful. Audience, you want to ask any questions, you can unmute yourself and you can interact with the esteemed speaker and vocalist.
Are you audible?
Yes, Dr. Edel. Yes. Please go ahead.
First and foremost, Madam Vijay Lakshmi took us really to another world of
Maybe
Mahakavi
the
Bharatiyas.
person who's asking the question can turn their video on.
Pardon?
Dr. Edel, can you turn your video on?
It'd be nice to see who's asking the question.
Is it okay? Am I mute?
Yeah, we cannot see you. Go ahead. I think there is some issue with your camera.
No.
Doesn't matter. Go ahead, Dr. Edel.
First, that's what I mentioned. She has explored all facets of Bharatiyar and bring it into a song form with much devotion. And she melted us actually like a teenunda vandu pol. நாங்க மயங்கி நிற்கின்றோம். எந்த பாட்டையும் விடல. She has included everything. For that, I must congratulate Dr. Jayashree. அது தோಳು எடுத்து கொடுத்தாங்க. அந்த எங்க அவங்க விட்டுடுவாங்களோன்னுட்டு lead பண்ணி everything was brought into the thing. I really thank her and we are thankful for the LBN, Mrs. Mekalai and the team for the wonderful evening we spent on. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Edel.
Wonderful.
There's a question here on the chat box. If there is a song of Bharatiyar that should be learned, which one would that be?
Ayo.
கடல்லேந்து ஒரு முத்து எடுக்கிற மாதிரி முத்தான பாட்டு எதா இருக்கும்.
Sometimes people ask me உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்ச ராகம் எது? So I say இப்ப நான் எது பாடுறது இப்ப அந்த ராகம் பிடிச்சது. It's so difficult to choose. I mean, each one is really beautiful. I'm sorry, there can't be one single answer for that.
Yeah, I think that's each one has their own favorites. So for me, whatever you sang, Asai Mugam Marandu Poche, brings tears to me whenever I listen to it. So avlo beautiful song that is. And each one has their favorites, I think. Pratibha Sendil Kumar is asking, kindly send us a website link which Bharati's granddaughter has maintained. If you have it,
I will
send share it to me. Pratibha, you can just send an email to me, info@LBN Tech Solutions. I think, Veera, you can share it on the chat box. You can give your feedback also.
It's a very, very nicely put together website with a lot of very interesting articles. And what makes it very, very profound for me is that it's all first-hand. She lived, this Vijaya, who was Bharatiyar's granddaughter, lived with Chellamma till she was about 17 or 18 years old. Reasonably grown up to understand and to know whatever Chellamma might have told her. And so it makes the reading even more exciting, so to say. It's almost like a first-hand account.
Okay. Any questions, anybody?
I think somebody has asked, did Bharati have a musical or a spiritual guru? Vijay, would you like to answer that?
Sorry, what is the question?
Did Bharatiyar have a musical or a spiritual guru?
Not that I am aware.
Yeah, even I'm not aware. I think he was surrendered to a higher energy and it just flowed through him. So
there is one comment from Bhuvana. Caste system has not changed much, hasn't it, since Bharatiyar's times? Bhuvana has just, she's just thinking about that. I mean, any answer to that?
I think we'll treat it as a rhetorical question.
Yes. And Sujata Muttana says, I understand the sentiment behind not having just one favorite. Lovely session, beautifully moderated. There are lots of accolades. Vijayalakshmi, I can share that to you. Meanwhile, if anybody has anything to interact with our speaker, please, you can ask. Otherwise, we can just close the session.
இந்த ப்ரோக்ராம்க்கு கரும்பு திங்கிறதுக்கு கூலியான்னு தான் சொல்லுவோம். Studied about Bharati, and I thank you, Mekalai, Rajeshri, and of course the all ladies lead for this opportunity, to spend the time so wonderfully reminiscent of Bharati. And thank you, Dr. Napinai, for your very gracious comments and also filling in the gaps about his love for nature and animals.
Yeah, it's wonderful. I have actually received a poem from the Kalaimagal Asiriyar, Shri Kilambur. I'd like to read it because it sounds so good. Engal Ettayapuram Thandas Davat Chittan, Tamil Nadu என்று முதலில் உச்சரித்த மகா கவிஞன், செந்தமிழ் என தமிழுக்கு அடையாளம் தந்த கோமான், ரமணரை சந்தித்து மௌன மொழியில் பேசிய புனிதன், பகவத்கீதைக்கு நவீன உரை சொன்ன எழுத்தச்சன், செங்கோட்டை ஆவுடையக்காள் பாடலில் மனம் லயித்து அத்வைத்த சாரத்தை தன் கவிதைகளில் தூக்கி பிடித்தவன். இன்றைய இளைஞர்களுக்கு இவருடைய பாடல்கள் எல்லாம் புது உற்சாகம். வணங்குகிறேன் மகாகவியே உன் பிறந்த நாளில். So just arrived and I thought I should share it because it's a very apt place to share. So let's all think about Bharatiyar, and like Napinai said, we have to spread it a little more. And one more is Kartigai Moola Nakshatram. Actually 15th தான் அவரோட ஸ்டார் பர்த்டே போல் இருக்கு. Kartigai Moola Nakshatram, பாரதியின் ஜென்ம நட்சத்திரம். A little bit tidbit about Bharatiyar.
One more interesting tidbit that I would like to share. We all have this one picture of Bharati, avarana mundasu kattindu avaroda. So apparently, after he was attacked by the elephant in the Triplicane Kovil, Lavanyanu per and Yaniki, அவர் தினமுமே அதுக்கு பழம் தேங்காய் எல்லாம் கொடுப்பார். அன்னைக்கு எதுவும் அது it attacked him. And he was telling everybody, don't take it out on the elephant. She didn't know that it was me and that she was happening. So, கொஞ்ச நாள் பிறகு பாரதி தாசன் அவர்கிட்ட கேட்டார், உங்களுக்கு அடிபட்டதே, உங்களுக்கு தேவையில்லை ஆயிட்டா அப்படின்னு. பாரதி எனக்கு ஒண்ணும் இல்லை, ஃபைன்னு சொன்னா அவர் நம்பலையா. நீங்க எனக்கு ஒரு போட்டோ எடுத்து அனுப்புங்க, அப்பதான் நம்புவாங்க. அந்த சந்தர்ப்பத்துல எடுத்த போட்டோ.
Very nice anecdote. So I think all good things have to come to an end.
Can I say something?
Yes. Please go ahead.
Greetings from Austin. This is Lakshmi Samudrala. And
hello, Lakshmi. That's a pleasant
yes. I had to wake up at 4:30 a.m. and I didn't even put my alarm, and I just woke up like that. So sorry I can't put my video on. But Vijay, it was so wonderful, and I am so privileged to be in this very in this forum of great people. And thank you for making this in English so I could understand. I'm a Telugu speaking person, but I love Tamil. And all of Bharatiyar songs, from the films and everything, I just would really get drawn to them, although I didn't understand a word of it. And this whole session I had been just crying. So thank you so much.
Lakshmi, that's so nice of you. I'm so touched that you took the effort to wake up so early. Sundara Telinginil paadi Bharati. So thank you so much, and I think that also makes us feel good that we decided to do this program in English. So intuitively, one would expect a program on Bharatiyar to be in Tamil.
Yes, that is the usual.
We feel very happy to reach out to more people. Thank you so much, Lakshmi. Thank you once.
Yeah. Thank you, all the moderators, excellent people around here. Namaste.
Thank you so much for joining from across the globe. So thanks participants, and yes.
Ma'am, namaskaram ma'am, this is Pradeepa, and I'm happy listening to this session now ma'am. One good thing is my father-in-law, before his death, he asked my daughter to be named as Bharati, and she is right now with me. But today in this session, I get to know that the Bharatiyar is Mool Nakshatram, and it's my Nakshatram also, and I'm so happy about it that it's a coincidence. And thank you for this wonderful session, ma'am. Keep making these sessions more like for the kids also. If you keep, means children at the young age will be learning a lot, ma'am.
Definitely.
For their age also, please keep, ma'am. Thank you.
I also wanted to add, being named Bharti, I didn't know much about the significance behind my name, and I don't know much of Tamil also. After listening to this talk, I was very glad, and I think I have a new perspective of myself just because of my name. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pratibha Senthilkumar, and your daughter too. So nice of you. Thank you. So I think we have come to the end of the session. Thank you, participants from Chennai and from across the globe, across India. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks Dr. Vijayalakshmi, thanks Dr. Rajshri. It was a wonderful session. I think, like how Pratibha said, we should have sessions for children, point taken. And so that this goes to the next generation, and people will keep talking about Bharatiyar over the generations to come. Thanks all of you, and People's Podium welcomes you for the next session, which is on the 19th of this month, with a totally different subject on healthcare. Hope to see you there, and please like our Facebook pages, which is there on our on the chat box. And it is one pediatrician, Dr. Chidambaram Ramakrishnan from Pondicherry, and she's going to talk about the feeding patterns of the baby's first year. So, so watch out for that session, and thanks for joining in. Have a lovely evening, everybody. Thank you.